Thank you so much, Dan. Greetings, everyone. Let me also extend a few other thank yous to Martha Cho for your significant contribution individually, but importantly, being part of the leadership team of arguably the largest, most significant foundation in the history of mankind, being part of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. To the KACF leadership team, led by our board chair, Jim Wan, who you just heard, Executive Director Kyung Yoon, this year's benefit committee chairs, Sang Cho and Jeff So, and our dinner chair, Drew Lawton, and of course all of you, our generous donors. Special thanks, though, to Dan Carney. I hope you heard those comments, and not so much about my accomplishments, but the fact that this individual, when the bamboo ceiling was not even in existence here, when there were no one who looked like me, who basically was in the investment business, chose me when I was 34 years old to give me an opportunity. I wish for all of you, especially the aspiring business professionals in the audience today, that at some point in your careers that you come upon a boss or a mentor like Dan Carney. Thanks so much, Dan. What a remarkable year it's been for Koreans and Korean Americans. We all know that Inbee Park, for all the golfers out there, is currently the #1 ranked golfer on the LPGA Tour and almost made history to win 4 consecutive major championships. Early this year, South Korean President Kun-hee Park was elected as the first woman to be elected president of South Korea and the first woman to be elected the head of a modern history in Northeast Asia. Jim Kim, formerly the first Asian American president of an Ivy League institution, Dartmouth, just celebrated his 1-year anniversary as the first Asian American head of the World Bank. We have to acknowledge Samsung, although I am reading from an iPad, I'm sorry, Samsung. The #1 seller of smartphones worldwide, selling not less than 1/3 of all smartphones sold in the world during this past year. And we all know the most famous Korean accomplishment of this past year, the iconic Psy. No Gangnam Style for me this evening here. The video reached 1 billion views on December 12th of last year, and I checked the YouTube a couple days ago, it was up to 1.8 billion views. Many Americans may not know Inbee Park, Kun-hee Park, or Jim Kim, but they sure hell know Psy, right? What a remarkable year for KACF, having celebrated its 10th anniversary and then completed its 11th. Martha, I would suggest that in the life cycle of foundations, we're basically in our sophomoric year, wouldn't you say? And it's so much that we can be proud of. Can you be more proud than this year, as Kyung and Jim noted, that we surpassed over 3 million of cumulative givings? We hit the pinnacle from a PR perspective to be featured in the New York Times cover story about the growth of philanthropy, not just amongst Korean Americans, but Asian Americans. In that article, I especially love the quote that being philanthropic, quote, is a journey of being American. Even more than Psy and Gangnam Style, I believe KACF has had the most significant year. Because 30 years from now, all of the other individual and corporate accomplishments will be a matter of history, a matter of memory, and a matter of accomplishments that we hope will inspire future societies and generations of people. KACF is different, ladies and gentlemen. While we can celebrate the individual and collective successes today, it is truly the life-changing significance that we are making for generations to come. KACF is creating, as we sit here today, this evening hundreds, if not thousands, of John Kims, the Dan Carneys of the world, where 30 years from now, individuals will say that their lives were better because of what they received from KACF today. That is why you are here tonight. You are investing in making the lives of Asian Americans, but really Americans, improve their chances of living the American dream. Please give yourself a round of applause for that. But I'm a corporate honoree, and I'm delighted to note that this accolade is really not about me, but in the context of my employer, New York Life. In fact, as I was waiting on the side here, the handler basically said, my brother works at New York Life. He loves it. And my father-in-law loved it too, and he worked there for 50 years. That's a great company that I represent, that we have a number of contingents here. But let me introduce New York Life to you in the traditional sense. We're a 168-year-old institution, the largest mutual insurance company, and ranked in the Fortune 100. At the end of this year, we will manage approximately $500 billion for ourselves and our investors. We have a mutual fund company called Mainstay that Barron's Magazine ranked as the #1 mutual funds company over a 10-year period. Many of you probably didn't know that. You also did not know, I assume, we are only one of 3 financial institutions in America with the highest rating from all 4 major rating agencies. I could stop there, but I actually want to connect the importance of KACF to New York Life. Let me introduce New York Life in the less traditional, less corporate sense. In a recent speech by Ted Mathis, our chairman and CEO, who's here tonight, thank you, Ted. He made the comment about our company. Unlike his peers in business and industry who often talk about aspirations to be #1, achieving global dominance by beating the competition, making as much money for his shareholders, which we all know is code word for making as much money for himself, or to err in the majority. Remember the quote by the well-known bank CEO who made the following excuse for the excesses leading to the 2008 financial crisis, quote, as long as the music is playing, you've got to get up and dance? Well, our CEO talked about what makes New York Life special. He suggested that the company exhibits 5 things that makes it very unique. 1, life's greatest gift is working hard at work worth doing. That is to say, our work has purpose. 2, the world is not a zero-sum game. That is, we grow the pie. 3, not getting caught isn't not cheating. Double negative. That is, we build trust. 4th, we know the difference between good and lucky. That is, we remain confidently humble. And lastly, in the matter of style, swim with the current. In the matter of principle, swim like a rock. That is, we're willing to stand alone. Ladies and gentlemen, all organizations are nothing more than the values and accomplishments of people associated with that organization in the past, the present, and future. As KACF enters its sophomoric decade, my wish is that we not dance just because the music is playing, that we continue to work with purpose, that we grow the pie, that we build trust, that we remain confidently humble, and that we continue to stay true to our principles. Congratulations to KACF for an outstanding year, such a successful gala. Thank you for the recognition for me and for New York Life. Enjoy the rest of the evening.